Is the Academy of Football redundant? That's the question I'm going to be asking. And this comes in the wake of one signing that's actually been completed, one signing that's probably going to be completed in the next day or two. I'm recording this on Sunday morning, off on the dog walk. So, obviously one of them was Callum Marshall. That one's the one that's been completed. £1.5 million to Luton Town. And to be honest with you, that one I don't think many West Ham fans are really divided over, in all truth. Callum Marshall probably wasn't up to the grade in the Championship. However, the one that I think has divided the opinion is Freddie Potts. Freddie Potts, the son of Steve, brother of Dan, a family who have got a big connection with West Ham United. And it was reported yesterday morning that we and Freddie have agreed with Club Brugge, Club Brugge, whatever you prefer, on a £10.2 million deal. Now, I'd really like to know what you think about this, so get your comments in the section below, and please don't forget to drop a like on the stream, give it a hype, share this onto your socials, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, if you could subscribe, that would be amazing, and hit the bell notification. So, Freddie Potts. Yeah, I was quite surprised when this story came out. Freddie had a spell with Wycombe in League One, where he was player of the year and young player of the year. That was 3 seasons ago. A season later, he had another spell at Portsmouth, this time in the Championship, which is obviously the league that we're going to be inhabiting. Now, I don't think that he, if I remember correctly, I don't think he won Player of the Year there. However, he was very highly rated. I actually bumped into a couple of Portsmouth fans. I remember coming back from the Manchester United game when we beat them 2-0 at Old Trafford. It was in the season that ℸ𝕑𝕤𝕒 started as the manager and Potter finished it. So what was that? Not last season, season before now. And stopped in the motorway services, and there was a couple of Portsmouth fans that was in the services where I don't know where they were playing. They might have been playing Bolton or something like that. Anyway, so obviously Freddie was on loan there at this point. So I just asked them, how's he getting on, and asked if they thought he'd cut in the Prem. They said they thought he potentially could, but it might take him a little bit of time, maybe a year or two. So I was like, okay, fine, fair enough. Anyway, he breaks into the first team last season. I think he made 12 starts and he had 21 appearances, something like that. I don't think he disgraced himself. I can understand people saying, was he quite up to the mark? Did he show the levels and the consistency? I can understand that. £10.2 million, pure profit. As a business thing, I get it. You know, £10.2 million, if that's the fee that's agreed for a player that's played that few amount of games and was homegrown, from a business angle, is absolutely brilliant. I think also from the player's point of view, if Nuno's gone to him, and don't forget that Freddie's dad, Steve, is on the coaching staff. So I would have thought there would have been a quite open and honest conversation, possibly involving Steve, definitely involving Freddie. If Nuno knew that really you're behind quite a few midfielders, Sunshine, and I'm not so sure you're going to get that much in the way of game time, and rather than stringing you along, I'd rather just tell you. And by the way, we've actually had an offer from this club, who I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying this season will have Champions League football. So from his point of view, Freddie's point of view, he could be playing Championship football and he might end up playing Champions League football. For him, that's amazing. And also, this is very reminiscent of another West Ham Academy product who, once upon a time, a lot of things were thought of in terms of their career progression, and it didn't quite happen, not here anyway. That was Josh Cullen. He obviously left us and went to ℍ𝕒𝕤𝕒, and he's now at Burnley. He played Premier League football at Burnley, and yeah, he's gone on to make a good career. Maybe the same thing will happen with Freddie. But from an angle of What is the academy actually for? I guess that's the question that you have to ask first before you come to the conclusion of whether the Academy of Football is actually kind of redundant. Is the Academy of Football there to basically make money, produce players and make money? Well, if that's what it's there for, then I guess you could turn around and say that in the last, day or two, there or thereabouts, we're going to make sort of like towards £12 million. Now, I don't know what the running costs are of the academy. I don't know what the outgoings are, so I don't know what the break-even point is. But £12 million, the thick end of, it's not bad. I'd certainly, I'd like it for a Friday night out, I've got to tell you. But I don't know. Because I don't know what the break-even money on it is. But we've made that money. But I always thought that really and truly the purpose of the academy was there to bring players through into the first team to become first team players. Now, it doesn't happen too often at the minute. I mean, the last person that you can say really came through from the academy and really was considered to be a first team player was Declan Rice. I know you could point to Ollie Scholes. Obviously, he's played left back for the pre-season friendlies. However, let's be completely honest, when ℍ𝕒𝕤𝕒𝕪 comes back, I say comes back, he was on the bench against Magdeburg. So, be interesting to see what happens there if Diouf comes straight back into the starting 11 when he's sort of like regained his sharpness, his fitness and one thing and another. I don't know. But Ollie Scholes is involved in the first team squad, we can agree with that, but he's probably in reality the backup left back. Other than that, you do look and you go, Kante I'm reserving judgment on. I'm a little bit old school. I think it's a real shame. I always think that the academy kids that come through, they always get a little bit more time, a little bit more patience. There's a little bit more of an emotional connection because a lot of those kids are living the dreams that we wish we could have had, a reality that we wish we could have done. We're all sitting in the stands and we all wish we could have had the opportunity to just step on the pitch just for 1 minute in front of the home fans wearing our club colours. We all wish we could have done it. So when these kids actually manage to achieve it, there's a lot of goodwill that goes their way. Doesn't guarantee them anything. They've obviously they've been given an opportunity and they've got to grab it. That's the nature of football. But is the Academy of Football, and especially in the modern era, I know we're a championship club, but football now is so much to do with money that maybe a lot of these academy kids don't get the opportunities that they maybe should do, simply because there's a lot of players coming in on big money that the pressure is there, I guess, from the people up the pyramid, so the chairman and chief exec and all that. Well, we've shelled out £15 million on this left back or whatever. Really, you need to play him ahead of an academy product, just for example. It's difficult, really difficult. I don't know. My brother was not too happy when he found out that Freddie was moving on, or potentially moving on. He was originally in the squad for the Magdeburg game, and as I understand it, he was allowed to leave the squad to go to complete his medical, and barring any unforeseen circumstances, you'd think it won't be long before he's a player for Club Brugge, Club Brugge, whatever. It's a shame. It's a shame. I guess also because he's a member of the Potts family and Steve is a former player, captain, played many seasons in the Claret and Blue. And that Freddie's a local lad. I think he was born in Barking, if I remember rightly. Put a little bit of a different angle on it though, to try and make sense of it. I guess he's going to be 23 in September, and at nearly 23 he's still not nailed down a starting berth in the first team. Is that maybe has he maybe gone past the point where that opportunity is now really going to be afforded to him? I don't know. I don't know. What I do know is it's a crying shame. It's a real shame that a player who's come through our academy, who also has a family connection through his father and his brother. A lot of people forget about Dan, but Dan played at, I think he was left back if I remember. I know he was a full back. And yeah, so I guess there was that emotional sort of, we're willing him to do well. A, he's an academy product. B, he's a member of the Potts family. And it looks like it's just not going to happen. Such a shame. But yeah, is the Academy of Football dead? Like I say, it depends upon what you think the Academy of Football is there to do. If it's there to make a few quid for the sort of like the business, if you will, and in the sale of Callum Marshall and what is believed to be the apparent sale of Freddie Potts in due course. Like I say, if the numbers that I've been quoted are correct, then we're probably going to get £12 million for two academy products, neither of whom had really nailed down a starting berth in the first team on a regular basis. So from that point of view, it's probably good business, but from the point of view of really what I think the academy is there for, to bring players into the first team and to try and make them first team starters. I don't know whether it's working in the modern era. I mean, like I say, you'll always get that one that is the exception that proves the rule, such as a Declan Rice. But I don't know. It's a real shame. But let me know what your thoughts are. Comment section below. I'm just doing my little ramblings, giving my thoughts as we're on the dog walk on a Sunday morning. Nice day, blue sky, sun's out. So anyway, get your comments in the section below. If you could drop a like on the stream and give us a hype if you got one available, that would be appreciated, because that's what pushes the content out to places it otherwise might not reach. Share it onto your social media platforms, and if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please give us a subscribe and hit the bell notification. That would also be fantastic. Come and join us on the journey. Appreciate your time. See you again soon. Come on, you